Okay, so we finally had a break of the market yesterday. I did not trade. I did put on a position when we got below 246 on the SPYs, but was not an active participant. I just had so many other things going on outside the office yesterday. But hey, this is a great example of just patience. If you were watching the market for the last few weeks and you saw the compression of the volatility over the past few weeks, and we gapped lower and we took out the multi-week low, and you shorted, there was not even an uptick. Because I put a tight stop above 246 and never got stopped. We went right back down to 245, and then second leg at the end of the day took us to below 244. This morning looked like we might have tested 243, but we'll see. Let's zoom in. So it was very clean downtrend in the morning. As I said, I shorted right here on the open to stop above the blue line. Consolidated in the afternoon. Tried buyers tried to step in, but went through the low, and we were down at 243.20 early this morning. I did not get long. I want to look more for the play of us taking out the pre-market lows, get long on a flush through that, and then look for the bounce to 244.5, 245, something like that. We'll do what we do every time when the market sells off like this. We'll look for a sustained increase in volatility. As usual, my expectation will be that that does not happen. But if we see some evidence of it happening, we will focus on market ETFs and volatility ETFs and change really how we're trading overall. No intraday swings or less intraday swings, less swing trades, and just move to move type trades. So it was a nice, very nice down there. IWM. So IWM was a little bit of a simpler, I guess they're both pretty simple. The idea in IWM was below 139. We could see it get down to 136.37. And these things tend to happen quicker than you would expect. They went to 37 in the morning. Couldn't get back above 37.35 4 times, and then went to 36. So, to me, 36 or lower is pretty damn oversold on IWM. That had already been showing relative weakness. But it brings us back into this multi-month consolidation. So 133.5 to 135 is in play now. But after this type of selling, you would expect some sort of bounce, 37.50, 38, something like that. But maybe first it flushes through 36 before you get that kind of pop back to this downtrend that's formed. So triple Qs was a clean break below 43. Took out these two lows here, 42.5. Let's go to 30-minute. Maybe give us a better view. Some buyers were there initially, but then once it got below and consolidated, continued lower here. So we're looking at 41.5 to 41.65 is the first bounce area in this one. The second would be 42. And downside, the natural level was 140. That was this gap here on July 12th. And if that gap fills in the next couple of days, that would be a really good buying opportunity below 140, 139 to 139.5. Okay, let's take a look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA crushed it. Great earnings, great guidance. They pushed it to above 170. I was watching it in the after hours. I did not short it. I think I threw an offer 174. This thing is just, it's a victim of the run that it's made. It's in a huge, massive uptrend. Strongest stock in the market and strongest fundamentals probably too.
minus 0.3% year over year, 6 cents lower than expected. Industrial production on London 0.1%.
So here's the spike. You can see above 170, then reversed. Took out the after hours low here in the pre-market. We're back above. It got down almost to the 150 as the natural level. I'm just going to watch this 155, 156. I'll put nothing past this thing. I could easily see it going back up to the mid 160s. But we'll watch here 155, 156. That fails there, gets back below 154-ish. Maybe you get the flush through 150. I put on the sheet, I think 147, 146 to 147. That's a spot to really put on a longer-term trade. The odds are on this thing getting back to the 170s. So I think from the mid to high 140s, you're looking at a pretty good upside risk reward from there.
Studios was that creator permanent.
Yeah. So I'll wait for that.
First thing to watch is, does it make another move to here? Does it maintain this kind of uptrend off of the bottom? That'll be your first clue that they're going to run it. And then if it takes out this area here, you're looking at 158 to 160. In this case, the best thing to do is try to get in the side of the most recent trend. And once that trend slows down and starts to move sideways for 20 to 30 minutes, then you can start to position yourself for the next break. Snap, I happen to have some little bit of short left from 14 coming into the numbers. Huge downtrend. Fundamentals not great on this one. Once it got up below 12.50, it came off $1. It's having some trouble at 12. But now it's holding above this after hours resistance. So it looks like maybe it could make a run back up to 12.50. Break to the upside. Held the breakout area. So the buyers are in control right now. I think I have some offers up between 12.40, 12.50. The way I look at it is shorting it into here. Small risk, like here. And then if it starts to roll over again and actually gets below 12.20 and holds, then look for it to roll all the way back down into here. I'm sure I would think you're going to see some bottom fishers in this one today. And then I just put on here NCLH, which did a secondary at 54.75. Let's look at the daily. So we used kind of this gap up in good news to sell shares, and it basically sold it kind of at recent support. It sold shares right here. Just a reminder, I see somebody put something in the Q&A. Always put your questions in the chat because that's the box that I have open to glance at while I'm doing the meeting. I don't listen to any pre-market shows. I don't know if you're talking about the audio feed in the background. That's Trade the News. It's a service we subscribe to. It's kind of expensive, but if you're listening to my audio feed, you get to listen to it for free. But if you subscribe to it in your own, then you'll get the actual written text feed as well. And you can do searches there. I find it useful. I think it's a couple $100 a month for individual subscribers. Here's where they price the secondary. I'm watching the open, see if it pops up to 55 and a half, 55.75. I might actually short a little bit there and see if it rolls over through the secondary price. From yesterday, PRGO, I think I got a little bit lucky on this one. After initial quick short, I covered it and had an offer up in front of 80. I think I got the high print right here on the open. It never got stopped out here. Then it came off $4. I had a bid in the mid 76s. So that was here. This downtrend held the rest of the day from 80. So you had basically 79, 80 selling, 76 potentially buyers. And then I think 78 is another in between. So put in the high on the open. This is a pattern we see often, right? Puts the high in the open, comes off a couple of dollars, comes back again, consolidates, looks strong, spikes up, doesn't take out the opening high, comes back down, and then the sellers start to take a little control. It comes in, they're still buying, then you make your lower high, and then once it takes out this support area right here, that's your confirmation that you probably want to be short. Where was that? So 77.70 came off $1.50 or so. This I'm sure threw some people for a loop here, both for coming down and testing the support again. But for the most part, after made a couple of lower highs, never took those things out. This morning, I would have an alert up here at 78. Maybe short a little bit here against 78.50. See if it rolls over and test this midday and afternoon support again. And then Apple I just put on here was the market break. Apple's a good market stock. And this had gapped up recently on earnings. So it sold off the first couple of days, stabilized, trend took out the high at 160. And yesterday when it took out this 158.70 support, came off to the next support area, 156.5. And with the final down leg in the market came off below 155. So it's coming back up into an area where, what did I put on there? 156.35. So it's above there right now. But this is the spot here. Broke from 156.75, and then if it gets below 156.35, watch to see if it can roll over at least into the low 155s. Shorter little spies here in the pre-market, below 30 cents. So see if it spikes up a little bit more into the open. But this is where it broke at the end of the day, 244.60. That's far enough from the lows, about $1.40 from the lows. That gives you some play. If it fails up here, comes in, I'll look to see if it comes to 244. Does it hold below? Do we get a test of the kind of pre-market support area? We could just bounce off of there again and go up, or we could actually break through and then go up. There's a bunch of different possibilities, but the key is really to pay attention to the prior day's areas of support and resistance, and trade off of them, keeping the stops pretty tight, the risk tight, and maybe walk into a bigger trade. Yeah, Citron's kind of a joke. He used to actually try to uncover fraud. Now he basically tries to short momentum names and uses his media influence to say, I'm negative on this name or negative on that. He makes his quick 5 or 10%, he covers, and then the stock goes up another 30%. He does the same thing, rinse and repeat. So, yeah, I guess that's one way to do it. As always, be patient and good luck.
That video. You can actually watch that video if you're subscribed to our Trader 90 before the market even opens. What stocks are in play? What levels in those stocks are important? And how we might go about attacking that stock. That's Steve Spencer, 20-year veteran trader, laying it out there every morning before the market even opens. A really, really powerful tool to start your session off on the right foot. So right now we're offering a trial that you can take advantage of to access this meeting and other meetings throughout the day. We have a meeting at 11 a.m. Eastern where you can sit down with Mike Bellafiore and listen to him talk about what's going on during the morning session, what stocks were in play, what the best trade opportunities were, as well as maybe some things that we're looking at heading into the afternoon session. So I really encourage you to take advantage of that trial.